Capricorn, hello, and welcome to your Spring 2024 Shapeshift reading, where we're looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shapeshift looks and feels like for the spring season. I'm Andy, I'm your reader, and I'm joined today by the Green Glyphs Tarot box set by James R. Eads. We're starting with the Rune deck and dice set, then the Lenormand Tarot, the regular tarot, and finally James's Oracle deck. We're going to use the full box set in your spread today. I'm loving this deck. I'm really excited to share it with you. Let's start by rolling the runes for Capricorn this spring. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to find the corresponding cards and we are going to look at this together. Okay. Wow. What a progression. So we have Rythu, Ehwaz, Awaz, Ur. And Ur is an Anglo-Saxon rune. It's not part of the Elder Futhark. Been loving learning about it though, the Anglo-Saxon runes through this set. So just on first glance, I'm looking at this like, okay, there's cycles of life and death and change and transformation at work this spring that are accelerating, that somehow they're accelerating your direction or they're accelerating your movement, because we have Rythu, which, you know, we're seeing this person on horseback on a journey. They're taking, you know, the path. It's rhythmic, it's cyclical, it's about a journey, it's about traveling, but the pace looks relatively even until we get to Ehwaz, which is showing the snake eating its own tail. It's showing these like larger cycles of birth, death, regeneration, change, endings, beginnings, closing a chapter, beginning a new chapter. There's themes of legacy here because it's wrapped around the Othala rune, which talks about like legacy, generations. Okay, so there's either like, there's a major turnover. This card came out for Scorpio and I talked about turnover. So there's some sort of life, birth, death, rebirth, turnover cycle that is happening this spring for you, which makes sense. It's eclipse season. Eclipses are harbingers of endings and new beginnings. So the spring is always eclipse season. It's always a time where things, we experience great endings and great beginnings all at the same time. So that's definitely indicated for you this spring. And it's somehow accelerating you, because then we have Ehwaz, which is where that horse from Rythu is now suddenly kicking it up a notch. There's like the winds of change are showing here. The horse is rearing up from like a trot to an all-out gallop, and things are moving ahead. The indications here are like rapid change, boosted by like the winds of fate or the winds of spirit. Like something majorly changes here this spring for you, Capricorn. Great endings, great new beginnings that is accelerating your progress or accelerating your movement to move in a particular direction, because we're looking at the year card, which is showing the bullseye. And we're seeing like all sides of archery here, from the craftsmanship required to create and design and execute the bow, to the craftsmanship and skill required to actually shoot the arrow into the bullseye. So we're talking about like, we're looking at crafts work, we're looking at skills and knowledge, and we're also looking at like something about your focus, your aim, your direction being spot on. Whoa. I'm loving this reading for you, Cap. This is cool. Okay, so I just want to mention that Sagittarius, the reading I just did before you, had the year card in the exact same spot. So there could be something in that reading for you. It might give a little nuance to this reading. But your reading is much more, their reading was a little bit more psychological, a little bit talking about like the past and the things they've been through. And like a mental paradigm shift. Your reading is looking like a very like it's Capricorn. Capricorn deals much more in like the tangible world. And so there's something shifting, I think, in your tangible world, and it's big, it's generational. It could be talking about like a huge social shift, which would make sense for where we are right here in, approaching the spring 2024. That is accelerating your path towards a very specific goal that you are focusing on. Either it's a new direction, but something tells me it's just accelerating you on the path you're already on. It's giving you some sort of wind beneath your wings. Like, it's like you're about to shoot the arrow and then the wind picks up and just like, like accelerates what you're already aiming at and helps you just hit it spot on. I love this reading. I'm so excited to see where it's going to go. So now I've got the Lenormand deck, and we're going to get more of the story. Okay. Capricorn. What's the story for Capricorn this spring? Okay, the ring keeps wanting to show up. And it wants to go underneath Iwaz, which is, there's this circle imagery. See it? The ring. And the ring talks about commitment. I feel like I have to look at that before I can look at anything else for some reason, so let's just do it. Okay. It's obviously a sign of commitment, union, bond, something being cyclical or circular, a marriage, a contract, a promise, an engagement. Okay, we have to see what cards come on either side of it before we can fully look at it. But it's like, maybe that's part of the change. There's a life and death cycle, like some sort of big turnover that you're like, that is a big commitment. It is, it's helping you to commit to something even more strongly because you're experiencing this like generational shift. Maybe it like accelerates a marriage or accelerates your commitment to whatever path you were already sort of wandering down that lane. And then a big shift happens that, okay, I'm committing to this direction. Full speed. That's cool. Okay, hold on. We need, oh, yes. Yeah. Oh. Okay. This is cool. Okay. Let's look at this together. So around the ring, we have the garden and the key. So garden, ring, key, clover. There's something so, it's secret garden vibes, like the key going through the hole, the ring, and like unlocking the garden, unlocking the gathering place for your community, unlocking this like beautiful growing space. And the clover, of course, is just luck. It's a lucky card. It is really fortuitous. So let's just look at each. Let's look at each description and see if there's anything we missed. The garden, social life, party, something outdoors, like maybe a celebration or being part of culture, public spaces, sharing. in your backyard. Okay, so there could be something, Capricorn, that's like right in your own backyard, or maybe it's some sort of social space or some sort of like familial thing or neighborhood thing, or very like something in the public sphere that you are really committing to in your community. You're already on this path, it looks like, through the garden or to the garden. You know, but you're kind of maybe like dancing around it or skirting or sort of like slowly building it, slowly trotting towards it. But there's something going on this spring that is really accelerating your focus to that and like enhancing your commitment. Like, you know what? No. Something happens that makes you go, okay, I'm going to commit to this fully. I'm committing to this community. I'm going all in, for example. Or I'm committing to this space completely. I'm committing to this group entirely. I'm committing to of course, like I'm going to think about, because I have, you know, garden farm space in my backyard. So I'm like, yeah, I'm committing to that space in my backyard. I'm committing to what I'm growing in that space, who I'm growing with, what I want to create it, make it into. But again, like the garden is not just about like your garden in your backyard that you feed yourself. Like you're feeding others, you're feeding your family, you're feeding your community. There's a sense of social engagement and sharing in that card that's really important. So we should look at the key. Like what is unlocking here? What is the speed? Seems to be the key, or something in that Iwa's like life death cycle change is the key to accelerate your speed on this. It's the solution, the unlocking. It's the revelation, something really important that opens up your success. It talks about achievement and like solution or resolution to something. So this is you sort of being open to what is coming, being open to this Iwa's like life death cycle generational change that is creating or accelerating your commitment, because it's something about this catalyst that is unlocking this for you. Like suddenly the access is clear. Maybe like if there was some like thick trees in the way that was like making it difficult for you to fully see the path ahead. So you were kind of like taking that horse nice and slow just to be like, okay, we have to tread carefully here. There's like a thicket. It's not, the path is not clear. Something changes, the winds blow in and blow all that detritus out of the way, and the path is a straight shot. And you're just like, oh, let's go. Boom. You know, like, boom, boom, boom. The doorway is open. The way is clear. Something unlocks for you, Cap. And it adds luck to the cards all around it. That's what this clover does. It's lightness, it's chance, it's joys. It's a brief fortune or opportunity. Okay, something super lucky. Like, oh, it's so fortunate that the winds blew in that particular direction and opened the path up in this way. And I happened to be there at that moment when it happened, and it all opened up, and I committed all the way, and I just said, okay, I'm taking this chance. I'm taking this opportunity. And I'm going for it. Because like, yeah, Cap, maybe that's the title of this reading, like, go for it. You're going for it. The thing you needed to fully say, okay, I'm going for it, happens this spring and unlocks it for you. You get the thing you need that opens the door for you to commit and say, okay, I'm all in. I'm going for this. Okay, Cap, I love that for you. That's really good. Let's, so I'm gonna go into this a lot deeper now. I'm gonna pull some tarot. I'm gonna pull the Oracle card and finish out the box set. So if you would like to see the rest of this reading, click the link in the description below and that will take you to the shifting space where you can view the full reading for Capricorn and the full reading for all 12 signs of the zodiac and investigate them together with us in the community over the course of the whole season. So if that sounds like something you're into, I hope to see you there.